been spiked.
Warning, missile! Missile in the air!
It's gonna be a long way around those thunderclouds. All cowards, go hide in the thunderclouds like Trigger.
Bandit has a lock on me. Schneider 4 is hit.
Damn, keep them safe.
Kinda got my hands full. Hostile behind me. I lost too much speed.
You bastards flying just east of you.
Enemy's got a lock.
Evading incoming missile.
Radar confirmed Spare 15 has come out of the clouds.
Trigger just has moved to a thundercloud.
Missile in the air!
UAV down.
Bad dog. There are still 5 aircraft in the combat zone.
Target was not hit.
Miss.
I'm behind the enemy. Spare 15 hit by lightning.
Strider 3, get that enemy off your ass!
Dealing with 9Gs is tough, but for those UAVs, it's just another day at the office. Why are we risking our lives to wipe someone else's ass?
Start complaining when you can keep your own nose clean.
Cyclops,
Damn it.
enemy on your tail. Wiseman 444 squadron support incoming. Sorry, but I'm using this chance to break off. Jaeger, look after the survivors. Roger.
Formation. Missile!
Nowhere to go. Missile inbound. Taking.
Spare 15 locked on.
Evading!
Enemy has a lock on you. UAV destroyed.
Missile. I owe you one. Missile.
Cyclops 4 has broken off. There you go. Things are looking up. Finally got some good guys in support. Looks like there's one guy who's got everyone's backs.
Friendly beta out of the snowbar? Are you sure?
Cyclops 3, check your 6. Trigger's holding up, but we got our hands full.
Okay, I'm flying to a thundercloud. Cyclops 3, one aircraft nearby from the
Our job is to watch the airspace. Yours is to get the hell out of there.
Cyclops 3, watch your ass!
Cyclops 3, break! Missile inbound! Cyclops 3 has broken off. Man, dog, it's just me and one more to go.
Spare 15. You're the only one earning any redemption today. Make sure the rest of them stay alive.
You'll let the devil with 3 sin lines go free after that.
You're in no position to call someone a devil, Count. Don't make me laugh.
Cyclops 2, hostile on your rear!
Not letting a damn robot shoot me down.
Spare 15.
Someone hurry up and rescue our hapless regulars.
This is Bandog. Spare 15 will deal with the drones.
The cavalry here? Just in time.
444. No, that one bird is doing all the work. We'd be losing more men if it weren't for him.
My tail's on fire!
UAVs move swiftly. Watch your tails, guys. Spare 15, target destroyed.
Cyclops 2 is broken off. All my guys managed to escape. Got big gratitude for you.
Cyclops 1, check your 6.
Cyclops 1 is breaking off. He could have broken off any time if he was by himself. Spare 15. All UAVs in the vicinity confirmed destroyed.
Nice teamwork. Thanks. Who is that? Tell him I'm grateful.
Copy that, Cyclops 1. Spare squadron. Mission is complete. Return to base. Wait a minute. Hold it.
Oh, give me a break. You have more chores for us?
Spare 8, champ. Bogey approaching fast from the rear. All available units support Spare 8.
I don't need any support. This is all mine. Damn it. He's glued to my tail. Still not firing. I ain't afraid of it. Spare 8. No dogfighting. Negative. I'm not letting this slide. Woohoo! You could have done that sooner. I want to understand.
lost. What's with this guy? That's an Su-30. All spare squadron aircraft provide support for Cyclops and Strider. Keep the Bandit off of them.
Negative. That's not possible.
Get in there with that monster, Spare 15. We're gonna lose more friendlies.
You told us the jobs are done. I'm going home.
Last of the force craft flying out of bounds.
Cowards failing on us?
I just sent back the damaged craft. We only need guys we can use. Spare 15, Spare 11, form an element and take up the rear. Forget it. Trigger's taking the beast head on. You two deal with support.
So this is where Tabloid bows out. Shit. Roger that. Will do.
Sol 2, Sol 3. They've got 2 rear guard. The better one's mine.
Copy that, King. 15.
Don't call me that.
Target was not hit.
Sol 2, Beta 2, I'm in position. Locked on Bandit. Freeze emission. Attack failed.
Spare 15, this is your fight. Spare 11 can't touch him.
Locked on.
Gonna shoot him with 3 fires. I'm behind the enemy.
Missile away.
Wiseman, see that color? He's flying?
It's Mr. X for sure.
The pilot of the experimental squadron's X-plane.
Sol 1, please respond. What's your status? My status? Well, I'm getting a little excited.
Go get him.
Wiseman, we don't want to mess with this guy. It's clear by the way he flies. Way out of my league.
Exactly the man we didn't want to run into. Jaeger, if it comes down to it, we'll act as a shield. Just get my guys out of here.
Understood.
Bandits in the clouds. Chase them down. You've got this.
You're telling me there's only 2 craft taking out the orange guy?
No, just one's taking him on.
No way. I wouldn't last a minute.
Lucian, do not engage. If he gets close, just run.
Copy that. Was gonna do that anyway.
The enemy's in the clouds. Follow them, Spare 15. Do something or the entire recon squadron could go down.
I'm hit. Sol 1, moving to assist. Do your jobs and I'll be fine.
Missed. Sol 3, put your tail.
Spare 15, enemy's got a lock.
Sol 2, this is Sol 1.
Sol 2 here. What's up?
Missile did not connect. That wasn't the plan.
Sol 1, I can't see you with the clouds.
Focus on your own job, Seymour. Took a lightning strike. Control regained. No issues.
Dude! Even lightning barely bothered him. That guy's the real thing. Sol 1, this is Sol 2.
My status is fine. Do not interfere.
Sol 1, the clouds are moving in. Let's return to base.
Affirmative.
Bandit is retreating. He managed to survive somehow.
Trigger, kindness gets you killed.
guard dog. Who's the guy who worked his ass off at the rear?
The biggest dumbass in the unit.
Makes sense. Only an idiot would be brave enough to pull off those moves.
I'll guide you back to Air Force Base 444, though I doubt you have enough gas to make it.
Appreciate the help. Will I be at the base?
I wouldn't get involved if I were you.
Runway's clear. You have permission to land. You made it this far, don't screw up now.
The crew said the enemy had one mean son of a bitch flying for him. Our team had a few Air Force hot dogs, real experienced pilots. But this guy swooped in like a hawk, locked on, and took them all out in the blink of an eye. Reminds me of a story Gramps told me once. He said a little while before he retired from active duty, he saw an enemy fighter wipe out an entire formation right in front of him. It was like seeing how a shark works when it's going after its dinner. This enemy pilot stalked Gramps' pals from below, just like how a shark would. Then one by one, he put the bite on them. Sounds like what happened to our guys today. Kinda surprised so many made it back alive. I bet when they saw what was going on, they broke formation and left their buddies to the shark. Hang on. There's 3 extra planes here. They're foreigners too.
Spare Squadron, this mission needs to be quick. Target.
You returned without permission and failed as escorts. So how about you rethink your value while in solitary? Take them away. Well, well, what do you know? Pilots made it back to base alive. Treat them well and feed them plenty. After all, we have to get a favorable report out of them.
I had a chance to talk to one of the pilots that escaped back here, so I took it. Apparently, 2 of our planes took the enemy on alone. They covered the Allies so they could retreat. The hell kind of idiot does a thing like that? The last pilot to land back at the base was that scrawny anarchist dude. He always had this dumb grin on his face, like he didn't give a damn about whatever he did to get thrown in here with the rest of us. Was he the one who went gung-ho? I bought him a drink later. After the usual small talk, I turned the topic around to the mission. For an anarchist, he struck me as a bit weird. Nothing like what I expected. He talked a mile a minute and kept going on and on about library books. Not encyclopedias, those cheesy adventure novels you read in high school. Nothing against those. I like a good story myself once in a while. But I wasn't here to talk books.
I remember that day well. Amidst the swirling clouds, a fighter squadron was trying to help its allies reach safety.
He's pretty foolish, isn't he?
I thought so too. Suddenly, a highly skilled enemy fighter squadron appeared and began picking them off at the edges. One by one, they fell right out of the sky.
Although, I guess there was nobody around that was even more foolish to go to their aid then. So you simply watch things unfold from a distance.
Yeah. I mean, who would have ever thought that I'd just go and follow him straight into the enemy squadron like that?
After what felt like decades, I finally got to the info I was looking for. He wasn't the guy. He said he was just following his wingman's lead and managed not to die somehow. The hero on this mission was the new guy. The one that killed Harling. How did you feel?
I'm still kind of shaken up, actually. But you know, I do feel a certain sense of pride, too.
He really is foolish, isn't he?
Yep, he sure is.
I went to the hangar to have myself a closer look at Trigger's plane. I knew that burnt smell. That's what happens when an engine's been driven to its limit. This pilot was a hot dog. From now on, I was gonna keep my eye on this idiot. From a distance, though. I didn't want to get too tight with someone who was a better pilot than my dad. Even so, I decided to give this guy's plane a little bit of the old Avril magic touch. He needed all the help he could get.
Attention! If you disobeyed orders in the previous mission, line up over there. You won't disobey a second time. Do not test my patience. The biggest threat to our forces is the enemy's enormous swarm of drones. In order for our forces to penetrate deep into Erusian territory, we'll need to clear a path. You will destroy the enemy's fuel plant. HQ has found evidence that fuel is being moved intermittently inland from a refinery at the harbor in Artiglio. It's likely they're supplying fuel for the various drone bases. Those of you whose food privileges were taken away already know how this goes. We silence the drones by taking their fuel. Enter via the estuary, take out their AA, destroy the fuel points on both sides of the river and their oil tankers. Remember, you're not bona fide military. You're expendable.